Hide one lemon in this corner and say goodbye to poverty, Buddhist teachings. What if something as simple as a lemon could change the way you experience abundance, not just in your wallet, but in your mind, your home, and your heart? It may sound strange at first, a lemon in the corner of a room, but ancient wisdom has long taught us that small, intentional acts done with presence and purpose can open powerful doorways within us. In today's teaching, we'll uncover how this humble fruit holds deep spiritual meaning and why placing it mindfully in a specific corner of your space can begin to shift not only your energy but your entire relationship with poverty, prosperity, and peace. This isn't superstition, it's sacred psychology. And today, we're going to explore how Buddhist-inspired practices, combined with timeless ritual, can help cleanse emotional blockages, realign your mindset, and invite a new flow of clarity and abundance into your life. So take a breath, and let's begin this journey one lemon, one corner, one conscious choice at a time. Number 1. Why a lemon? A lemon may seem like an ordinary fruit, but within the teachings of Buddhism and many other spiritual paths, it holds a profound symbolic and energetic significance, especially when used with mindfulness and intention. In ancient wisdom, traditions across Asia and beyond, the lemon has long been regarded as a natural purifier, a fruit that cleanses not only the body but also the surrounding energy. Its bright, vibrant yellow color is often associated with light, awakening, and clarity. Just as the sun dispels darkness, the lemon represents a force that cuts through the fog of confusion and stagnation. Its sharp scent and acidic bite mirror the inner process of letting go of old habits, mental heaviness, and emotional burdens that keep us stuck in cycles of poverty, not only materially but spiritually. When we place a lemon in a corner of our home, especially a quiet and undisturbed space, it becomes more than a decorative gesture. It becomes a sacred signal to the universe and to our own subconscious mind that we are ready for renewal, that we are choosing clarity over chaos and openness over fear. Modern neuroscience adds depth to this ancient understanding. Studies have shown that the scent of citrus, particularly lemon, activates regions in the brain that support emotional regulation, mental alertness, and overall well-being. This is not just metaphorical. The human brain responds strongly to sensory signals. The fresh aroma of lemon can shift our mood, sharpen our awareness, and gently pull us out of emotional fog. When life feels heavy, uncertain, or repetitive, even small rituals can create a psychological anchor, an inner signal that says, now is the moment to shift. In Buddhist practice, we often speak of mindfulness as the key to transformation. The act of hiding a lemon in a quiet corner is not about superstition. It is about bringing full awareness to a moment of decision. The lemon becomes a symbolic tool, much like a mala bead or a meditation bell. It doesn't carry magical powers on its own, but through your awareness, your intention, and your energy, it becomes a mirror of inner change. Energetically, the lemon represents release. Just as it breaks down grease on a pan with ease, it can break through emotional residue and lingering patterns of lack, anxiety, or fear. You may not see the transformation instantly, but energy shifts begin subtly, like the first breeze before the coming of rain. Over time, with presence and patience, this shift becomes your new way of being. The moment you place that lemon, you are taking one conscious step away from the grip of poverty, not just poverty of money, but poverty of hope, direction, and inner peace. It's an act of reclaiming your power, telling your inner world, I am ready for change, I am making space for light. As Buddha taught, transformation begins in the mind, and the smallest action done with deep intention has the power to reshape our path. So this simple fruit, tucked away with care, becomes both a message to the universe and a seed planted in your own consciousness. It's a gentle yet powerful way to begin rewriting your story from struggle toward stability, from doubt toward confidence, and from scarcity toward a life of meaning, abundance, and peace. Number 2. The principle behind the ritual. Now that we understand why the lemon holds such deep symbolic power, let's explore the real principle behind this ritual, because this isn't about superstition, and it's definitely not a quick-fix charm. It's about something much more meaningful, intentional action. So, ask yourself, when was the last time you truly did something different on purpose with your full awareness? That's the heart of this ritual. Placing a lemon in a quiet corner of your home may seem like a simple act, but when you do it with clear intention, you're telling your mind and your energy, I'm ready to change. You see, our lives are often run on autopilot. We repeat the same thoughts, patterns, and beliefs day after day without even noticing. Especially when it comes to money or success, we carry stories from our childhood, society, or past failures stories that say we're not worthy, not lucky, or not capable. But when we interrupt that autopilot, even for a moment, we create space for something new to emerge. That's exactly what this ritual does. By choosing to pause, to act deliberately, and to mark that moment as sacred even with something as ordinary as a lemon, you begin to wake up a part of yourself that's been asleep. It might surprise you, but science actually supports this too. Neuroscience tells us that when we engage in symbolic actions, especially those charged with personal meaning, the brain lights up in new ways. Rituals, no matter how small, create a heightened sense of awareness. They move us from passive thinking into active presence. So in this moment, when you place that lemon with awareness, your subconscious mind becomes more open. It becomes a fertile ground for planting new beliefs, beliefs that are rooted in possibility, not poverty, in self-worth, not self-doubt. Let me ask you this. What old belief about money are you ready to let go of today? Maybe it's the idea that wealth only comes through struggle, or that you don't deserve abundance. Whatever it is, rituals like this allow you to gently release that weight, making room for a new inner story to take shape. The lemon becomes a singular, quiet but powerful reminder that transformation starts from within. It doesn't bring wealth to your doorstep like magic, but it helps remove the energetic blocks and mental noise that have been quietly pushing it away. So think of this lemon not as the answer, but as a doorway, a catalyst, a soft but strong declaration to yourself and to the universe, I'm ready for a reset. And that's the real power here. In Buddhism, we are reminded that change doesn't begin with grand gestures, begins in the smallest acts done with mindfulness and courage. Hiding a lemon in the corner is not about the lemon itself, but about who you become when you choose to do something with purpose. When you step into awareness, you step out of the fog of habit, and that alone opens the path to a new way of living. So today, take that step. Create a sacred moment. Let the lemon be a gentle trigger for change, and let your intention be the fuel that carries you forward. The lesson is simple yet powerful. Abundance begins not outside, but inside when you choose to act, to shift, and to believe that a new path is possible. Number 3. The ritual. 7 key lemon placement points. 1. Under your bed, left side. Let's talk about one of the most powerful yet gentle ways to begin shifting your energy, and that's by placing a single lemon under the left side of your bed. Now, you might be wondering, why the left side? What does that even mean? Well, in many spiritual and healing traditions, the left side of the body is known as the receiving side, where we take in emotional energy, where our inner world processes the things we don't always say out loud. And when you place a lemon under that specific side of the bed, you're not just stashing fruit somewhere random, you're creating a quiet ritual that speaks directly to your subconscious. Think about this. When you sleep, your conscious mind may rest, but your subconscious is still at work. It's sorting through thoughts, emotions, dreams, memories, and even the unresolved energy from your day or your past. And this is where the lemon comes in, not as a magical object, but as a natural, energetic purifier. Its strong citrus, essence, and symbolic properties help absorb what you're ready to let go of, whether that's emotional heaviness, old mental patterns, or hidden feelings of unworthiness that silently shape your experience with money, relationships, or self-esteem. Now, here's what makes this practice truly transformative. It's not just about where you put the lemon, but how you do it. As you place it under your bed, right there on the left side, I want you to pause, take a slow breath, and say with real intention, "I release everything that no longer belongs to me." This is your invitation to yourself, a small but powerful act of self-liberation. You're not just saying the words, you're allowing them to enter your inner space, and you're giving yourself permission to let go. What would it feel like to sleep without carrying yesterday's weight, to rest in peace rather than pressure? When you do this for 7 nights in a row, you create a gentle cleansing cycle that allows your energy to reset. And just like you change an air filter to keep the air clean, you change the lemon weekly to keep your emotional space clear. It's simple, but it's not shallow. Over time, this quiet act creates a feeling of lightness in your heart and mind. You may notice better sleep, calmer thoughts, or even more emotional clarity when you wake up. Why? Because you're no longer dragging all that hidden emotional clutter through your dreams. And let's be honest, we all hold on to things we don't need. Worries that never come true, guilt that no longer belongs to us, doubts we inherited but never chose. This practice gently pulls those threads loose. The lemon acts like a sponge, drawing out the old so that your spirit can receive the new. So, try this. Place your lemon tonight, speak your intention, and trust the process. Don't overthink it, just be present with it. The lesson here is simple. Change doesn't always come with noise and force. Sometimes it begins in silence, in sleep, in surrender, and the smallest nightly act done with awareness can open the door to freedom, clarity, and abundance in a way you never expected. If you've made it this far, you're already opening the door to a new flow of abundance rooted in ancient Buddhist wisdom. Comment below with "Goodbye Poverty" to affirm your belief in the power of mindful intention. Don't click away just yet. There's still more to discover about how one simple lemon and a sacred corner could shift your financial energy forever. Stay with us to the end and unlock the full teaching. 2. At the front door. The front door of your home may seem like a simple entryway, but in spiritual and energetic practice, especially within Buddhist-inspired teachings, it represents something far more powerful: the threshold between your inner life and the outside world. Everything that comes through this space, whether it's people, conversations, news, emotions, or even subtle energy, can influence the environment you live in and the way you feel on a daily basis. So if you're trying to create a life of peace, clarity, and abundance, then protecting this entrance becomes an essential part of your practice. That's where the lemon comes in. Placing a lemon near your front door isn't just about tradition, it's a mindful act of boundary setting. It symbolizes a filter that helps stop low vibrational energy such as anger, fear, or stress from entering your home, while inviting in only what supports your growth, positivity, and emotional well-being. You're turning your front door into a gateway of awareness, and by doing so, You take back control over what you allow into your personal space. As you do this, I encourage you to take a moment to stand in front of your door with presence, with your feet grounded and your mind still. Say out loud, with full intention, "Only what raises me may enter here." This may seem simple, but it's a powerful statement of self-respect. You're telling your subconscious mind that your home is more than just walls and furniture. It is a sanctuary, a safe space for healing, rest, and renewal. And when your subconscious believes that, it starts working with you to protect that energy, helping you make clearer choices about who and what you welcome into your life. This practice doesn't have to be dramatic or obvious. Just place the lemon discreetly in a small bowl or wrap it in a cloth near your door somewhere it won't be disturbed. It doesn't have to be seen by anyone else because its purpose is quiet but strong, to serve as a spiritual gatekeeper, a reminder that you are actively curating the energy that flows in and out of your world. Over time, you may start to feel a shift. Perhaps you'll notice fewer emotional disruptions or feel calmer and more grounded in your own home. You might even catch yourself becoming more intentional in your relationships and daily interactions, choosing what aligns with your peace and gently letting go of what doesn't. And that's the deeper lesson here. In a world full of noise and chaos, it is not only possible but necessary to create boundaries that honor your well-being. This simple act, placing a lemon at your front door, may not change the world outside, but it can absolutely transform the way you move within it. 3. Workspace or desk. Let's take a closer look at a space that many of us overlook: your workspace. Whether you work at a polished desk, a kitchen table, or a quiet corner where your laptop rests, that area is more than just a place to check off tasks. It represents your personal field of creation where ideas are born, goals are shaped, and real effort is transformed into meaningful progress. But here's what most people don't realize. Over time, your workspace can silently soak up the emotional energy of your day-to-day grind. Think about how often you've sat at your desk feeling overwhelmed, doubting yourself, or simply too drained to begin. All of that emotional residue builds up and begins to affect not just your productivity, but your relationship with work itself. That's where the simple act of placing a lemon in your workspace becomes a powerful tool, not in a mystical sense, but in a deeply intentional one. The lemon, with its natural brightness and cleansing energy, acts as a visual and energetic reset. It signals a fresh start and helps you cut through mental clutter like an internal spring cleaning. As you place the lemon on your desk, take a mindful breath, steady your attention, and speak this affirmation aloud or silently in your heart. My efforts turn into fruits. Let that phrase sink in, not just as words, but as truth. You are reminding yourself that your work is not meaningless and your time is not wasted. Every small task, every email, every quiet moment of focus is a seed being planted, and when done with intention, it leads to growth. This practice reinforces your belief that productivity doesn't have to come from stress or hustle, but from clarity and purpose. Keeping the lemon visible throughout your workday is like having a silent partner by your side. Every glance at it becomes a reminder to stay grounded, focused, and aligned with why you're working in the first place. Are you working just to survive, or are you building something meaningful, something that reflects your deeper values? That question alone can shift how you show up in your day. And that's the deeper gift of this practice. It turns routine into ritual and brings your workspace back to life as a place of power, not pressure. So as you continue your journey toward abundance, don't underestimate the small choices you make each day. A lemon on your desk may seem simple, but with the right intention, it becomes a statement that your energy matters, your work has purpose, and your goals are already unfolding into something real. 4. On your couch or pillow. Let's talk about a place that often holds more than just your body. It holds your stress, your thoughts, and your silent worries, your couch or your pillow. Whether it's where you sit after a long day or where you lay your head at night, this space becomes more than furniture. It becomes your emotional resting ground. But here's the truth many of us avoid. Rest doesn't come easily when the mind is noisy. You might sit down, but your thoughts don't. You may close your eyes, but the pressure of what you haven't finished, the weight of financial stress, or the guilt of doing nothing lingers quietly in the background. And that's why placing a lemon in this space can be surprisingly powerful, not because of superstition, but because of what it represents. The lemon, especially when wrapped in a soft, light-colored cloth and placed gently among your cushions or next to your favorite pillow, becomes a symbolic reminder that you don't have to earn rest. You are worthy of peace simply because you exist. It acts like a subtle energy cleanser, helping to clear away the hidden weight you carry into moments of stillness, the kind of emotional pressure that says you must always be productive, always be strong, always be doing more. As you place the lemon, take a breath, not a rushed one, but a real breath, and close your eyes just for a moment. Speak softly or silently within. My body and mind deserve peace. These words are not just a comforting phrase, they are a statement of truth, and the more you repeat them, the more your inner world begins to believe them. What if rest isn't a luxury, but a necessity? What if joy doesn't need to be justified? This small act of placing a lemon becomes a personal ritual, helping you release the outdated belief that rest is only for when everything else is finished. And as this new habit forms, you may begin to notice something. Your sleep becomes deeper, your emotions feel lighter, and you begin to soften the harsh voice inside that always demands more. This is how we retrain the nervous system, not through force, but through quiet rituals of compassion. You are not being lazy when you rest. You are healing, you are recovering, and you are allowing your spirit to refuel. So let the lemon be a small symbol of that bigger truth, that rest is your right, peace is your power, and joy is something you're allowed to feel, even when the world outside is not yet perfect. Because from that place of deep emotional renewal, you rise stronger, clearer, and more ready to face what truly matters. This isn't just a ritual, it's a symbol of your readiness to leave financial struggle behind. If you believe in the hidden power of simple actions, drop "abundance awaits" in the comments. Keep watching, because the deeper meaning behind this Buddhist teaching might just change your life. 5. Near your mirror. Let's turn our attention to a space we all visit every day, often without thinking twice: the mirror. While it might seem like just a piece of glass, your mirror quietly holds years of stories, emotions, and beliefs about who you think you are. Every time you've looked into it, whether to fix your hair, examine a flaw, or simply pass by without much thought, you've been sending messages to your subconscious about your worth. And over time, those silent messages build up. For many people, the mirror becomes a place of quiet judgment, a space where old criticisms and insecurities echo back. That's why placing a lemon near your mirror is not a random act, it's a ritual rooted in deep symbolic purpose. The lemon, in its natural brightness and ability to absorb dense energy, becomes a gentle purifier of all the emotional residue that lives in the space between how you see yourself and who you truly are. This simple fruit invites you to interrupt the pattern of self-judgment and open up to something much kinder and truer. As you stand in front of the mirror, even for a brief moment, you're given the chance to shift how you speak to yourself, and that shift can be the beginning of real transformation. With a calm breath, allow your eyes to meet your reflection, not with criticism, but with honesty and compassion. Then say, either out loud or silently, "I see myself with love. I receive all that I am." These words aren't just affirmations. They're a way to retrain the voice inside your head. They are a response to all the quiet self-doubt and comparison that may have lived in your mirror for years. And as those words begin to land, you may notice a softening not only in your face, but in your entire body, in your nervous system, in your overall energy. That's the power of presence and intention. Placing a lemon either whole or halved, wrapped gently in a white clothby, the mirror you use most often turns an everyday moment into a sacred practice. Whether it's in your bedroom, your bathroom, or a vanity table, that lemon becomes a symbol of your willingness to see yourself with clarity, kindness, and truth. This step is often seen as the most powerful part of the lemon ritual, and for good reason. When your relationship with yourself shifts, so does your relationship with the world. The way you handle money, the way you show up in your relationships, the risks you're willing to take, and the dreams you're ready to pursue, all of it flows from the foundation of self-worth. Because how you see yourself sets the tone for how you experience everything else. So as you practice this ritual, know that you're not just cleansing the space near your mirror, you're slowly rewriting the story of your identity, one loving glance at a time. 6. In your bag or vehicle. Let's turn to something most of us use daily without a second thought: a bag, our car, or whatever we rely on to move through the world. Whether you're driving to work, carrying your bag through the city, or heading somewhere with purpose or no purpose at all, these objects are not just tools, they're extensions of your journey, reflecting how you navigate life, both physically and emotionally. And the truth is, when our minds are full of resistance, fear, self-doubt, stress, or the pressure of getting it all right, that energy doesn't just stay in our heads. It spills over into our movements, often showing up as delays, roadblocks, forgotten things, or a constant feeling of being stuck or off course. That's where this ritual comes in. Placing a lemon in your vehicle or in your bag isn't about luck, it's about clearing out energetic clutter that silently builds up as you move through your day. Just as a compass needs to be aligned to give you accurate direction, your internal guidance system also needs space and clarity to work properly. When wrapped in a clean white cloth and gently placed in your glove compartment, your purse, or your backpack, the lemon becomes a quiet symbol of restored flow and renewed focus. It reminds you that your path doesn't have to be weighed down with old thoughts or heavy feelings. You're allowed to move forward with more ease. And as you place that lemon, take a pause, breathe deeply, and say clearly, "My path is light and fluid." You're not forcing anything, you're inviting a smoother journey, one where your actions feel guided rather than strained. This phrase isn't meant to be wishful thinking. It's a practical way to retrain your mind and body to let go of unnecessary resistance. Because when you believe progress can happen with grace, your steps become lighter and your choices become clearer. Whether you're just driving to pick up groceries or taking the first steps toward a big life goal, this practice helps align your physical movement with emotional clarity. It transforms the ordinary motion of going from one place to another into a ritual of conscious movement where every step, every mile, and every errand becomes part of a greater unfolding, not something to survive, but something to participate in with presence and peace. So let this lemon quietly ride with you, not as a charm, but as a companion. A small, grounded reminder that you're not stuck, you're not behind, and you're not alone. You're in motion, and your direction is becoming clearer with every step forward. 7. In your wallet. Let's focus now on one of the most personal and emotionally charged items we carry every day: your wallet. At first glance, it may seem like just a practical object meant to hold cash, cards, and receipts. But in reality, your wallet is a direct reflection of your financial identity and your deeper relationship with money. Each time you open it, even briefly, you send a silent message to yourself one that's often laced with emotions like anxiety, guilt, shame, or fear of not having enough. These emotions, repeated over time, leave energetic imprints that begin to shape how you experience money, how you receive it, how you spend it, and how freely or fearfully you allow it to move through your life. That's why this small lemon ritual can be such a meaningful and transformative practice. It's not about superstition, it's about intention. When you place half a fresh lemon inside your wallet or purse, wrapped gently in a clean white cloth, and leave it there for just a few hours, you're doing something very specific. You're clearing out the emotional clutter and realigning your inner narrative around worth and receiving. The lemon, known for its natural cleansing properties, becomes a quiet tool for resetting the emotional energy you've unknowingly stored in the space where you engage with your finances. As you place the lemon, pause and speak with presence and sincerity. My wallet is a clean channel for what I deserve. These words are more than just a feel-good mantra. They're a conscious reprogramming of old stories that may have told you money is scarce, that abundance isn't for you, or that you must struggle to receive. By declaring this affirmation, you are not asking for wealth to show up magically. You are reminding your subconscious that you are already worthy, already deserving, and already capable of receiving what aligns with your true value. And as this belief grows stronger, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts not only in how you handle money, but in how you view yourself in relation to it. This ritual, though brief, creates a powerful pause in your routine. After those few hours, discard the lemon with care and return to your wallet with a fresh perspective. It's not just about cleaning out a space, it's about creating space inside you for a healthier, more trusting relationship with abundance. So the next time you reach for your wallet, let it be a reminder that money is not your enemy, and receiving is not something you have to earn through suffering. You are allowed to receive with ease, to hold money with confidence, and to walk through life knowing your worth is not tied to the numbers, but to the energy you carry within. If this simple lemon ritual spoke to your heart, take a moment to affirm your shift by commenting, "My wallet is a clean channel for what I deserve." Just writing these words plants a seed of abundance within you, rooted in clarity, self-worth, and intention. Go ahead, type it below, and let your energy begin to align. Number 4. Creating the ritual wheel, the Wheel of 7 Lemons. The concept of the Wheel of 7 Lemons offers a powerful way to bring all the individual lemon placements together into a unified system of transformation, creating not just a ritual, but a living, breathing energy structure within your space. This isn't about decoration or superstition, it's about intentional alignment. Each of the 7 lemons you place corresponds to a different area of life: the bed for rest and subconscious healing, the wallet for self-worth and openness to receive, the front door for protection and boundaries, the workspace for focus and productivity, the bag or vehicle for movement and direction, the couch for emotional release and rest, and the mirror for self-image and inner dialogue. When you place a lemon at each of these locations, you're not just engaging in 7 separate acts, you're building a symbolic energy circuit, much like activating 7 energy centers or chakras within your home. The idea is that when these specific points are harmonized, they begin to influence one another, allowing energy to circulate more freely throughout your living space and your inner life. It becomes a map not of where you live, but of how you live, and how your energy flows through the habits, emotions, and intentions that shape your day-to-day experience. To bring this ritual wheel to life, begin by writing 7 simple affirmations, one for each location, that speak directly to the purpose of that space. These don't need to be complicated. In fact, the simpler and clearer, the better. For example, I am safe to rest. I receive with ease. I protect my peace. My work is valuable. My path is clear. I allow joy, and I see myself with love. Once you've written your affirmations, place one lemon at each of the 7 spots, along with its corresponding affirmation, either tucked beneath the lemon or placed beside it. Now, give yourself 3 quiet minutes. Sit calmly in your space, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and mentally repeat the affirmations. This short moment of stillness tells your nervous system that something meaningful is happening. It signals your brain that a shift is in motion and that you are choosing it. By engaging your attention and your senses, you create what neuroscience calls a salient event, something your mind will remember and build new neural connections around. The more present you are, the more your subconscious integrates the shift. And over time, this ritual wheel continues to do its quiet work, circulating energy, reinforcing clarity, and encouraging emotional balance throughout your space. So don't underestimate the power of this simple practice. It's not about the lemons, it's about the intention behind them and the structure you create to support your own transformation. When energy moves with purpose, life begins to respond in kind. And there you have it, the deeper meaning behind placing a lemon in your space, and how this simple act can open the door to clarity, abundance, and inner transformation. Remember, it's not about the lemon itself, but the mindful intention behind your action. When you choose to shift your energy with awareness, even small rituals can lead to powerful change. As the Buddha taught, transformation begins within, and often all it takes is a single, conscious step. If this video brought you insight or inspiration, please like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming teachings and peaceful practices to support your path. Until next time, may you walk with light, live with presence, and grow with wisdom.